When you're too tired and feel like giving up on life, sit down and ponder over the journey of water. Sacrifice is a part of life. It's supposed to be. It's not something to regret. It's something to aspire to. We are the sum of all people we have ever met. You change the tribe, and the tribe changes you. It's not whether your glass is empty or full. It's what you do with it that really matters. Ask not of things to shed their veils. Unveil yourselves, and things will be unveiled. In all debates, let truth be thy aim, not victory or an unjust interest. The single best thing about coming out of the closet is that nobody can insult you by telling you what you've just told them. I'm not mean. I'm honest. Nobody is ever straightforward, but sometimes people need to hear the truth. When you hold a grudge, you want someone else's sorrow to reflect your level of hurt, but the two rarely meet. You don't have a soul. You are a soul. You have a body. The worst decisions in life we make are always the one we make out of fear. Doing the right things is a calling from your highest self. Do it as you are. In good company, one must never want to be entirely and solely right, which is what all pure logic wants. To have great pain is to have certainty. To hear that another person has pain is to have doubt. One can be the master of what one does, but never of what one feels. In the end, you can't always choose what to keep. You can only choose how you let it go. Anything can be done, as long as you truly believe it. Our power lies in our small daily choices, one after another, to create eternal ripples of a life well lived. Never apologize for burning too brightly or collapsing into yourself every night. That is how galaxies are made. People are successful because they think and act like successful people. Trees that are slow to grow bear the best fruit. We should forgive our enemies, but not before they are hanged. Depression isn't a war you win. It's a battle you fight every day. You never stop, never get to rest. It's one bloody fray after another. The thing about lying to your parents is, you have to do it to protect them. It's for their own good. Strip back the beliefs pasted on by governances, schools, and states, you find indelible truths at one's core. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Once you bid farewell to discipline, you say goodbye to success. Many things that don't really mean so much of anything are wonderful. You will never be able to escape from your heart, so it's better to listen to what it has to say. To be prepared against surprise is to be trained. To be prepared for surprise is to be educated. Positive anything is better than negative nothing. What keeps life fascinating is the constant creativity of the soul. Sometimes the right thing feels all wrong until it is over and done with. Life is an experiment in which you may fail or succeed. Explore more, expect least. The bird of paradise alights only upon the hand that does not grasp. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. If you listen to critics for too long, you will become deaf to success. Nothing's a better cure for writer's block than to eat ice cream right out of the carton. If an apology is followed by an excuse or a reason, it means they are going to commit same mistake again they just apologized for. Once the writer in every individual comes to life, we are in for an age of universal deafness and lack of understanding. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. Loving might be a mistake, but it's worth making. Solitary trees, if they grow at all, grow strong. It is not true that people stop pursuing dreams because they grow old. They grow old because they stop pursuing dreams. The truth is that judgment and fear will never stop, but they don't actually do anything. I have always thought that all philosophical debates are ultimately between the partisans of structure and the partisans of goo. It takes guts and humility to admit mistakes. Admitting we're wrong is courage, not weakness. You do not write your life with words. You write it with actions. What you think is not important. It is only important what you do. Atticus, he was real nice. Most people are, scout, when you finally see them. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. Never respond to an angry person with a fiery comeback, even if he deserves it. Don't allow his anger to become your anger. Anak muda adalah kejelasahan dirap lang kanya adalah perubahan. When we embrace who we are, the world embraces us right back. It is not easy to keep silent when silence is a lie. The beginning of wisdom is the definition of terms. Sometimes problems don't require a solution to solve them. Instead, they require maturity to outgrow them. If thinking should precede acting, then acting must succeed thinking. The most powerful relationship you will ever have is the relationship with yourself. Time doesn't heal emotional pain. You need to learn how to let go. Everything's a risk. Not doing anything is a risk. It's up to you. That's a misconception, Lenny. The sky is everywhere. It begins at your feet. As we go through life, we gradually discover who we are, but the more we discover, the more we lose ourselves. Make your interactions with people transformational, not just transactional. To care about your outward appearance is important, but what's more important is to have a beautiful soul. No one should need to be big enough to destroy others, and all of us must have to be powerful and resourceful enough to protect ourselves. Even a mistake may turn out to be the one thing necessary to a worthwhile achievement. The only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. What you do is what matters, not what you think or say or plan. Two wrongs don't make a right, but they make a good excuse. Thoughts become things. If you see it in your mind, you will hold it in your hand. Telling Sam and Danica feels like peeling off my own skin to expose everything underneath. It hurts. Don't judge your success by what people think of you. You are your own success. Your determination and perseverance is what matters. Life is fragile. We're not guaranteed a tomorrow, so give it everything you've got. When we least expect it, a new door opens on its own to take us where we belong. You are beautiful. Know this. Anyone who tells you otherwise is simply lying. You are beautiful. A man who does not know his weaknesses will never understand his strength. Leaning forward in your chair when someone is trying to squeeze behind you isn't enough. You also have to move the chair. I would rather be an opportunist and float than go to the bottom with my principles around my neck. A man may die. Nations may rise and fall, but an idea lives on. Ideas have endurance without death. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. We all take a different path to the same place. Why we took the path we did will always be a mystery. You never change your life until you step out of your comfort zone. Change begins at the end of your comfort zone. Truth has nothing to do with the conclusion, and everything to do with the methodology. It is the certainty that they possess the truth that makes men cruel. I would rather be able to appreciate things I cannot have than to have things I am not able to appreciate. We never realize just how many other lives we can help when their paths cross our own. I finally figured out the only reason to be alive is to enjoy it. The stronger a culture, the less it fears the radical fringe. The more paranoid and precarious a culture, the less tolerance it offers. Truth will always be truth, regardless of lack of understanding, disbelief, or ignorance. Curious that we spend more time congratulating people who have succeeded than encouraging people who have not. A rainbow is not afraid of showing its true colors because it knows it is beautiful inside out. You are all the colors in one, at full brightness. To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, that is all. But this wealth of information produced little or no insight. Sometimes I can hear my bones straining under the weight of all the lives I'm not living. The right mindset is the first step towards the journey. It is not worth the while to let our imperfections disturb us always. In reality, there are no persons, only threads of memories and habits. At the moment of realization, the person ceases. Focus on making choices to lead your life that aligns with your core values in the most purposeful way possible. Everything is good as it comes from the hands of the maker of the world, but degenerates once it gets into the hands of man. Freedom is the right to tell people what they do not want to hear.